SafetyWing friends, welcome back to our channel. So today we want to discuss some reasons that we believe families are not coming to Thailand.
A lot of people who come to Thailand or the surrounding areas of Thailand are single, coupled, or with a group of friends. It's not normalized for, a family, especially a bigger family, to relocate. There's been a few, but that's not the norm. So we thought to just talk about and kind of have a conversation on why we think people with families aren't moving to Thailand, why people aren't relocating with, bigger households.
Period.
We're also just going to talk about some reasons why, even with a big family, that relocating to Thailand may be a good idea. So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. When you get to the end of the video, please share this video, help support a growing channel and a family out here living in Thailand.
Number one reason why I believe that families are not moving to Thailand is because of fear of the unknown. Yeah, I think that is the number one reason why families don't really move anywhere. So
Yeah,
it is a risk that you're going to have to take, and there are a lot of questions that need to be answered that you might not be able to get answered online. So we understand that fear that a lot of families might have. Also, most families are accustomed to their routine. So uprooting more than just one or two people out of a routine can be difficult.
If you're talking about kids, especially school-age kids, you're talking about finding a new school. Then you're talking about just day-to-day life.
Or activities, like they do something after school, whether it's dance or it's sports or it's instruments or it's art. So that is kind of difficult to just tell your child, hey, we're leaving.
Right.
Leaving all your friends, leaving your teachers, everybody that you know, to go to a whole different time zone.
Yeah.
And it's 12-hour difference. So It's not just 5 hours like going across the country. So it is difficult. And so with that difficulty, we think that fear would definitely be number one, because it's the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, I mean, detachment, just being uncomfortable and, having to reanalyze and regroup, change the situation is the biggest thing. Even if finances aren't the issue, I think we would agree that fear/change is just a big thing to do when trying to reestablish a life somewhere else.
Yes, definitely. And we specifically created this channel because we wanted to show people, whoever watched our channel, that it's something that is doable. You can do it.
Yeah.
If you are unhappy somewhere, then change is going to be your best friend.
Yeah.
You need to change the situation that you're in, and that might be changing your location.
True. Yep.
So don't be afraid to take a risk and trust in yourself and make that move.
So speaking of risk, I think a good segue would be for a number two reason. And you guys, as you're watching this, let us know in the comments if you would agree or disagree with some of the stuff we say. But speaking of risk, I believe that the main risk of anybody moving or doing something different is not understanding or not having the runway or longevity to do so, which would be finances, right? Finances, not so much cost of living, because we've kind of beaten the head that cost of living is cheaper than most places on the Western Hemisphere of the world. If you're talking about a place like Thailand and Southeast Asia as a whole, the finances to get here and establish yourself long-term. So that means funds for travel, funds for visas, funds for passports, right? Money to provide you some sort of 2 or 3 month runway. If you're in between jobs, or if you have a job, then giving yourself some comfortability, some savings to get here until you start your job. So things like that
Yeah.
maybe a big factor, especially with, again, multiple
A larger
dependents.
family. Yep.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, so it is expensive to get a flight to just get here. But then once you're here, I know you mentioned about getting the passport, but you also have to incorporate the schools. We've talked to you if you want your kids to
Yeah.
go to school, and then you have to incorporate doing border or visa runs
Sure.
when you, depending on the visa that
Correct.
you have,
Mhm.
you're going to need to leave the country. So that's another expense that you need to consider because it's going to be either hotel, Airbnb for a couple of days. They
At
would like
least.
you to be out for at least 2 to 3.
Right.
So
Right.
that is another expense that something that people need to think about, which could be a reason why people are like, well, I'll just stay where I am because I don't want to have to just keep leaving my house and going to another country, on these visas.
Right.
Number 3 would be being an immigrant in somebody else's country. So that comes with a whole different culture and a whole different language. We feel like a lot of families already are in their own country, they're comfortable, they speak the language. To uproot your family to a country that you don't know the language, you don't know the culture, and you're an immigrant in another land, that
Right.
can be a lot for people. And so we totally understand to totally just leave everything that you're used to come to a country that you don't even speak their first language as Thai.
Right.
It can be nerve wracking.
Yeah.
I look at videos on YouTube, I look at videos on Instagram and TikTok, and I read the comments. A lot of people are saying, I'll just go ahead and just deal with what I got going over here, wherever home is, which most of it is America. They'd rather just deal with the problems that are in America than coming to another country and having to deal with visas and language and culture and
Everything that comes with just transitioning.
yeah. Mm-hmm. That point is totally taken and valid. We totally understand. And it was something that we really had to think, would we really want to embrace this change?
Right.
We were fortunate enough to have our kids be the age they are. Our son is very introverted. He doesn't really, he probably had like 2 friends, but he doesn't get super attached to things. So
Yeah.
what we find is as long as he has us, he's content. And then our daughter, she didn't even like fully make friends yet. So we knew it'd be easy to just uproot her. She definitely does miss a couple of people now. She mentions a couple of people that she does miss, but we have the phone and we try and communicate with them whenever we can. Because overall, we have to look at what the big picture is. A lot of people are afraid to leave their community, but you might be losing your blessings. So when you leave what you're used to, you can be exposed to what you need. And that is what we really are trying to teach our children that yes, you have family in America, but leaving America would greatly benefit your entire life.
Yeah.
And we can't be afraid because we're going to leave our community, our friends, family, our church. We can't be afraid to go outside of that circle to experience life.
I think travel is essential. There's a different sense, or there should be like an open-ended sense of like grace, humility, knowledge, and potentially wisdom with experiencing different environments, right? I think the goal in life is to judge those pros and cons, is to analyze, is to put in your thinking cap and say, hey, is this going to be the best for us short term or long term? Because good things or great things, if we're talking about something positive, they don't come easy. They don't come cheap necessarily, and they're not well, likened, right? Most people don't do certain things. So if we're talking about more of the optimistic reasons on why we did the move or why other families, again, are doing the move because it's happening, it's just at a lesser level. I just think the possibilities, like Lauren said, can be grand. Different people experience more safety and security from a physical or mental sense when departing from their origin country. And that's a value that money can't, attribute. There's a lot of opportunity in places like America, the UK, Australia, but there's a lot of, malfeasance as well, especially when you're in a mixing bowl, a mixing pot, like those places.
I just wanted to add this in that a lot of people that I've spoken to that are Thai, they wish to go to America. So born and raised here in Thailand, and they've grown up watching American movies.
Right.
And they want to go to Hollywood. So I make sure that I never say bad things about America to them, because if they want to see what America's about, they can go. They can experience it for themselves. And I encourage it. And I tell them, I hope that you get to go one day.
Right.
And, they're all happy and encouraged and talking about how, I'm trying to learn English, and, they're excited. So I don't want to take that away from them, because it's interesting that when people are born in a certain country, there's always a drive for certain people to leave that country that's their home,
right,
and explore. And America is that for some of these people here in Thailand.
Right.
Their experience in America could be a good one for them. And maybe they're going to want to stay in America. I don't know. But I just want people to know, and I want y'all to know, that we see your fears, we understand your fears, and just know that you have people who are going to support you here in Thailand, us, and you have people who are going to cheer you on that are back in America. And if this is something that you feel is going to make you happy, or make you richer in the sense of getting peace and freedom and being content with your life, take those fears and put them aside. Because although you are going to be leaving something behind, think about how much you could be gaining.
True. There are substitutes and there's workarounds, right? So although places are different, right? Time zones are different, languages are different, right? There's ways to maneuver. It's always harder to do things when there's just multiple people, right? You have to have multiple people on one accord, especially when you're talking about younger children. So there are substitutes, right? There are clubs, there are activities, right? There's substitutes for food, and there's also westernized food, right? A lot, and I'm saying this because a lot of people may not know that. There are things in your origin country, i.e. like America, that are here or similar. So the adjustment may not always be so grand and so shocking to certain people.
Don't think that Thailand is a third world country.
That's for one.
It's very, very westernized in a lot of ways. And that's why I wanted to come to Thailand first out of the options that we were looking at, because it's very westernized.
True.
And like you were saying, I have to second that. There is a community here. It's a strong community, and it's a community of many. Very, very, a lot.
Yeah.
So it's people who come and go, but then there are people who stay. And if you ever need somebody to talk to, there are plenty of people here that will listen to you. And if that's somebody, if you're seeking somebody who is Thai, if you're seeking somebody who is American, there is that here too.
It's just really exposing yourself, right? It's exposing yourself in a natural way, in a good way, to just different people, and understanding there are differences. Now, I don't believe that just, you have to overstep and, nobody's denouncing, your lineage, your heritage, your origin. And there's not really so much of an assimilation factor that has to happen. It's being yourself, and other people see that. And that's for around the world. So when, if we're talking about the mental on just being in different environments, it's really key just to have an open mind to stuff. Because not only are you around people who leave from America, or obviously people who, are of Thailand, but there's other people from around the world who's convening in the same places that you may be fearing that you want to go.
And then strike up a conversation with them to learn a little bit more about that country.
Right,
We've done that many, many times here.
Yes, just knowing your options. You could come out here, you can buy a property, you can rent a property, you can come out here and you could take your children to local Thai-based schools or international schools. There are options for you to do whatever fits your preference, your character, and what you're sort of used to, right? There still is some change there.
There's gonna be change, but it's not too much of a change.
Yeah, it won't be something that's absurd. There are options for you to do such. The main thing is just understanding, you know, your runway and having a plan. With more people in your party, in your household, you just have to plan accordingly, and that's going to really come with legalizing yourself being here. So look into those visa options.
Oh, yeah. Since you brought up visa, they are changing the visas. They are revising the visas.
Mm-hmm.
I just got that article this morning that they're going to revise them again and make them a little bit easier for people to achieve who don't have as much money in the bank, for families and people to come out to Thailand, because they are having a lower amount of tourism. So they're trying to figure out how they can get more tourism up, but then still have people come out here on visas. So,
right. Okay. Cool.
Yes, just to let y'all know.
Look at those options. Things are forever changing, especially as we're entering into a season where people are dispersing from the western side of the world, and Thailand is aware of that. So look at your options with legalizing your stay, whether you're here short-term, long-term. Look at options for schooling, for insurance. You could always email places, email companies, entities, businesses before you even set foot on a flight. So definitely use the tools of the internet to communicate, because people here are willing to help.
And we'll close this by saying, I would like to see more families out here. So we hope that this motivated you just a little bit more to not take what you're leaving too much into consideration, but to think about what you'll be gaining as a family and as a unit.
Yeah, true. Because for us, we were thinking about doing, and not just relocating, we were thinking about just doing more traveling, right? Coming and going when our kids were essentially entering adulthood. And that's years away. And so we kind of settled down, life happened, and we also just thought about both pros and cons, really with our heads down, and said, hey, let's make the move now, because again, why wait? Life is short, things happen in life. Take that chance and opportunity. That's what we did. And
it was the best decision that we've made in our lives.
Yeah, I would agree for sure. Thank you guys for watching this. Hopefully we said something that striked up your move to Thailand or your move to the surrounding places of Southeast Asia. There's plenty of places where families can come move to, assimilate to, and be in a better situation. Make that move, know your options. Guys, made it to the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share it to families or your family members looking to at least tour a place like Thailand. And maybe we'll see you guys soon. As always, guys,
as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.